so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. You guys, today's video is absolutely bonkers. It's kind of a companion to my last video that I made, how to make money during a recession. Now, because I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a normal guy that's learned the hard way. I'm going to put on Cathie Wood with ARK Investment. She's an absolute genius, and we're going to have to listen closely to what she is saying. She's very, very smooth woman. She's an amazing woman. But what I want to pinpoint is whether or not we are about to be in a recession, possibly in a recession right now. So she's going to pinpoint some indicators, and those indicators are what I think is leading to a recession in 2022, such as energy prices going through the roof, consumer purchasing power going down, consumer confidence going down, fear going up, a surge in inflation, a surge of interest rates, and things of that nature. But also the number one thing, inverted yield curve. The inverted yield curve is very, very important. As I've said, it predicted 9 recessions in the past. So she's going to go into all of those things. But we're going to start with the energy soaring and investor fear, which is oftentimes of an indication of a recession. Now, remember, before I continue, you guys, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and definitely comment below. Now, as always, the reason why I'm bringing this to you is if we prepare ourselves correctly, we don't have to be trapped in a recession. We can actually win in a recession. And as you know, it is very difficult to know when we're in a recession because it's 2 consecutive quarters of loss in GDP growth, which means we won't know for 6 months. But the money is generally made during the recession, especially in the stock market. As of every recession, 3 years after every single recession, the stock market has gone up an average of 40%. So some of the best times to invest is during a recession. So it's important to know, when are we in a recession? That's why I want to listen to her, because she is going to talk about some of the indicators that I think are present right now for an upcoming recession. Let's take a look at her right now.
I'll give you the top and bottom sectors, at least for the S&P 500 over, well, year to date. And no surprise, given what has happened to the energy price, energy is the only sector that's up. It's up 33%. And consumer staples and utilities are the fill out the top 3. They're down just a bit. So that's an interesting combination. Energy, we know what's going on there. Staples is a very defensive sector. That says that investors are becoming somewhat concerned about the economy. And utilities are interest rate sensitive. So when interest rates go down, utilities dividend yields look better and better, so they tend to outperform.
Okay, guys, as she mentioned, just so you have someone other than me ranting about this, okay? Energy sector up 33%, investor fear present. Now remember, those are indicators of a recession. When there's a sudden surge in gas prices and energy prices, that can oftentimes lead to that recession. When the stock market starts to go down, usually that's an indication of coming recession, because remember, typically the market peaks 6 months prior to a recession. And I'm telling you guys, the market has peaked. We are already heading down towards a recession as far as the stock market. So next, what we're going to look at from Cathie is inflation going up, interest rates going up, purchasing power going down, and consumer confidence going down, which are very, very important to note, again, as far as indicators of a recession. So let's take a listen to Cathie Wood right now.
Now, in a rising inflation environment, interest rates are not supposed to come down. And at the short end of the curve, they are not coming down, but at the long end, they are. And we'll get into that in a bit. The worst performing sectors are associated with the consumer. Again, I think the loss of purchasing power is a big problem for the consumer. So consumer discretionary, consumer services, and technology, which despite innovation getting a booster shot from problems, as innovation solves problems, it is a high beta sector. And so many investors just shy away from it when trouble seems to be on the horizon.
Okay, Consumers are getting hit. She mentioned it herself. Again, this is just someone else that's kind of agreeing at least with the data, right? I'm not saying she's agreeing that there's a recession, although she's going to warn about it in a minute here, but she's at least agreeing with certain indicators that could possibly lead to a recession. Consumer fear, purchasing power going down, interest rates going up, and the fact that we are in a situation to where there's high inflation. Now, the next thing that she's going to go into is the inverted bond yields. This is very important. And I also want you guys to understand what she's saying. She's basically comparing last year, I believe March last year, there was about 160 basis points difference from the 2-year and 10-year. Now, as of today, it is even closer. I believe it's 17 basis point difference from the 2-year and the 10-year Treasury. The 5-year and the 3-year are over the 10-year right now. The reason why I'm bringing that up, you guys, is because of how quickly it happened. A lot of people can't fathom the recession, but what I have been telling you guys, off the chains here, is how quickly things can go downhill and how quickly things can lead into a recession. So we're going to listen to her right now as far as the Treasury and as far as the bonds. And I want you guys to pay close attention to what she's saying. Okay, let's start right now.
As far as the bond market, the long Treasury bond yield peaked in mid-February at 2.06 and is back down to 173. Now, what's been very interesting is the yield curve, which peaked in March of last year at, I think, roughly 160 basis points. So the difference between long-term interest rates and short-term interest rates, 160 basis points. And that was a reflection of easy monetary policy. Short rates being much lower than long rates. Now that the fear is that the Fed is going to increase a number of times, we're seeing short-term interest rates up a lot, certainly in the context of recent history, but long rates not going up as much. And so the yield curve has compressed to 25 basis points. Now, we're getting close to an inverted yield curve, meaning long rates below short rates. And that is often a sign that the Fed is too tight and real growth is going to disappoint and inflation is going to be lower than expected. We think that is the case, and we've thought so for some time. High yield spreads, so the difference between high yield bonds, interest rates, and Treasury bond yields, they are moving up and corroborating that outlook. Now they haven't spiked, and it doesn't suggest duress out there yet, but they're not much above pre-COVID levels, indeed. But if they move up rapidly from here, we will be in a territory that would suggest that some companies are finding it difficult to service their debt.
Finding some companies that are having difficulty serving their debt. You guys, when small businesses get hit, it's going to hurt the job market, the recession. Now, again, I want to really focus on the inverted bond yields. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up today's bond yields so that you guys can see how close we actually are. And remember what I'm saying here, the inverted bond yield has accurately called 9 recessions. When the 2-year is over the 10-year, generally that's going to be a recession. It has been for almost the entire history. There have been a couple false calls, but again, you guys, it's not just me saying this. We have Cathie Woods, very intelligent woman, talking about indicators. She's not using the R word, right? The recession word. She's using very tactful words because she's a very intelligent person. Unlike me, I'm a lot more abrasive, I guess. I'm trying to tone it down. But look at today's bond yields right now. Look at how close we are to an inverted yields. Okay, as you guys can see, this is as of the 18th at 1:16 p.m. Here's the 10-year, okay? This is the one that is being measured against. So it's at 2.14. Look at the 5-year, it's already over the 10-year. The 3-year, it's already over the 10-year. The 2-year, look at how close. It's only 15 basis points away from matching the 10-year. Only 15-year basis points when it was at 160 basis points. Remember that last year, 160 basis points right now, only 15 basis points. So you guys, please consider what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying this is I don't want you to get hurt. Most people are overspending. Most people are living beyond their means, but it doesn't mean you have to. And if you are right now, it doesn't mean you can't change. You can rebudget right now. You can track your budgeting right now through apps like mint.com, and you can start saving money, because going forward into 2022, going into 2023, we need to have exceptional credit worthiness. So likewise, other than just saving money, build your credit, have outstanding credit so that you can invest not only in the stock market. I don't really want to cover the stock market, although during a recession is some of the best times to buy stocks, some of the absolute best times to invest, but I'm focusing more on real estate. And if things tighten up and rates go up, you're going to need to have great credit. So one of the best things you could do as far as having great credit is how you use your credit cards. Credit cards are very important to have, 3 to 5 credit cards. And what they have is something called utilization ratio, which basically means never go over 30% of your credit line to have an optimal FICO score increase. Okay, so consider what I'm saying, guys. That's from Cathie Woods. All of those indicators, she's not using the word recession, but I am. I believe, I'm quite certain we're going to be headed to a recession. There's all that fake money printing. The housing market was being supported by low interest rates and free money. Now the interest rates are going up and there's no more free money. What do you think is going to happen? I know it's hard for you guys to see this, but it is a house of cards fixing to collapse. So I need you guys to get ready. Now, as always, that is my advice. Also, last thing, y'all, enjoy your families, okay? Sit out of the market, better your situation, and make money during the coming recession, during the end of this year in 2022 and into 2023. And as always, guys, good luck out there, and I hope you win.